Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I'm Rob, and today I shall be attempting to take this Gruesome Twosome from shabby to shiny. This one is not very gruesome, and it's certainly not twosome at the moment. This should have two great big V8 engines, front and back. I have no idea if this was a kind of real concept, a real project, but it sounds pretty crazy. And I must admit, these fantasy cars from the early 70s have never been a real interest of mine, but I've done so many different castings that I'm kind of finding myself looking at some of the castings that I haven't done before, and this one was kind of next in line, and I grabbed it. And actually, now that it's finished, I can't believe that I never had any real interest in it before, because as I look at it, completed to the side of me, it is pretty cool. But yeah, it could be yours actually, with 2,000 likes. But we'll start by drilling down the posts. There are 3 on this car, 1 on the front, 2 in the rear. Aren't I lucky? Remove the flange and, well, tap all 3 holes. Of course, the parts and pieces and what have yous down in the Amazon links in the description below, if you want to have a go at this lovely hobby of ours yourself. But yeah, as you can see, the engines are missing, and does read underneath here, Matchbox Superfast Gruesome Twosome number 4, made in England, 1971, almost 50 years old. Ask me in another month's time and I'll be able to tell you it's exactly 50 years old. Where is the time going, eh? The older I get, the faster it gets. It's pretty scary. This year, it's been a bit of a rubbish year, hasn't it, for all of us? But I'll tell you what, it's been the fastest year I've ever experienced, I think. But yeah, popping out the wheels there. The interior is attached to the base. The wheels will be replacing today for something a little bit more period correct, in my opinion. But yeah, tidying up as I go. So of course we have this windscreen, which is no good. This I have here is a replacement from a donor car. Still a bit battered and bruised, but we can polish that one up. Of course I can't repair one with a hole in it, but the engines are missing. And I do have a little pot here, and I do apologise. I did make a note who sent these to me, but we have some resin moulds of replacement engines, and they just so happen to be the right engine for this casting. Please kind of scream down in the comments below. It's on the tip of my tongue who sent them, but I just hey, it's late in the day and I just can't remember. But apologies, and of course I do appreciate these engines being sent. They will be used today. But yeah, the casting there goes into the foot-long hot dog jar, covered in boiling water, and then in comes a tablespoon of caustic soda. So I'll give it a little swishy swish. And this is one of these ones where I wish I probably took a little bit of time to probably sand the paint. After half an hour in that, yeah, we didn't get 100% paint removal today, which is a bit of a bummer, but there we go. But whilst it was obviously to one side, I started to clean up this good windscreen, but some kind of deeper scratches, so we started to sand out the worst of them, and then eventually we can move on to the plastic polish there. And I'll show you the first run over with the plastic polish, but I probably went over it 3 or 4 times. I really wanted to get this one shiny today, so I made extra effort. So there we are. I think you can see already with that first pass it's looking good. And then yeah, the before and the after. So it's been probably about half an hour or so at this point. The casting, it just, I think it was embarrassed. It was embarrassed to show that there was not 100% paint removal here today. Probably barely 83%. Well, with that little chunk there, I think we're up to a square 85%. But we'll grab the Dremel Micro, and I'll start off really just kind of flicking off all the loose stuffs before really working on the rest of the casting. You could probably see over my mat there all the loose flakes, and the rest of it certainly takes a lot more time. Probably about 15 minutes of grinding on that before reaching the point where I can hit it up with the black primer. These fantasy cars, and I think the kind of era, I just feel that the custom, or not custom, a candy paint finish is really going to help this casting out. So we start off with a dark base, and then a light metallic, and then you hit it up with a candy before a clear coat. The couple of little white resin engines here, just giving them a light coating of some silver paint. I do detail it out later on with some chrome accents. A little bit difficult to see in camera. But yeah, we're going to be going after the black base, or black primer. We're going with a silver base. You can use a gold. I've used a light metallic silver and a light metallic yellow. Ultimately, the colour that's beneath the candy is supposed to show through. But yeah, I'll just make sure I've got a light dusting of silver just to cover up the black. And I guess I made a second pass of the silver on the top of the car, trying to promote a little bit of a darker undertone. And I'm not sure whether you can see it in the final result, but you know, at least I attempted. This is the colour I've actually just custom made. These are Vallejo candies, and I went with a magenta mixed with a yellow candy. I couldn't even tell you what colour this is. In the pot, it's more, I guess, towards the reddish colour, but actually on the final result it's more kind of coppery gold or root beer, you know, almost like a brown. Probably closer to, you know, the original than what appeared in the cup. It was almost like a tomato. But anyway, showing you the first coat, and I'll probably put on about 6 coats. You really have to layer it up. But yeah, it's the following day, everything's dry. So have another look at that window section there. The now nicely polished out base, and then the wheel falls off. A little bit loose, so I'll put a little bit of glue on there. But around the back you've got those 8 exhaust pipes, which I've just dabbed a tiny little bit of black on the insides of them. The wheel choice there, which is a green light wheel choice. I think really perfect for this casting. the silver painted engines there, or moulders for my American friends, with some chrome accents. And then yeah, this is lovely. This colour has a real nice shine to it. But let's put it together and remind ourselves of what she looked like. And this is the result. I think, of course, again, thank you for these engines. And again, I apologise. I've lost a note on who sent them to me. It was about 6 months or so ago. And but they are perfect for this casting. They really fit well, and they look really good. The wheel choice, I think, is just spot on. Nice bit of detail. Like I say, just a little dab of black inside of those exhaust tips there. I think with the kind of the window colour, it was a little bit difficult. I didn't want to paint the interior. I think otherwise it would have just faded to nothing. You wouldn't see any detail whatsoever. But I think we've got away with it. The colour combination. But look at a shine on that. Beautiful. Remember, with 2,000 likes, it could be yours. But anyway, let me take this opportunity to thank my patrons. Thanks very much, guys. I truly appreciate it. Month after month that you stay with me. And for everybody else that's watched, thanks, guys. And keep safe, and I'll see you all soon.